In this video, we are going to find the average value of a function. Now, the formula for the average value is fairly straightforward. It is simply 1 over b minus a, where b minus a are the endpoints of the interval, given to us right here, of the closed interval, times the integral of the function from a to b. So let's just jump in and do the first example. All right, so 1 over b minus a is going to be 1 over 5 minus 0 times the integral from 0 to 5 of 6x minus x squared dx. So 1 over 5 minus 0 is clearly 1 over 5. And then integrating using the power rule, 6x is 6x squared over 2, which becomes 3x squared, minus x cubed divided by 3, or minus 1/3 x cubed. And that's being evaluated from 0 to 5. I'm now going to multiply through the 1/5. So we have 3/5 x squared minus 1/15 x cubed, evaluated from 5 to 0. So we want to do the, we want to find the antiderivative at b minus the antiderivative at a, which is going to be f of 5, the antiderivative of 5, minus the antiderivative at 0. It's always nice when one of the endpoints is 0, especially in a polynomial function like this. So f of 5 is 3/5 times 5 squared is 25 minus 1/15 times 5 cubed is 125. And then, of course, f of 0 is just going to be 0. So now let's do some canceling. So 5 cancels into 25 5 times, so we end up with 15. And then 5 divides into 15 3 times, and into 125 25 times. So we end up with 25 over 3, which is 45 over 3 minus 25 over 3, which gives us an answer of 20 over 3. So the average value of this function over the interval from 0 to 5 is 20/3. Now, if you really want to gain an understanding of what the average value is, then you need to go into the textbook, read the textbook, and it explains basically what the average value of a function is. In my notes videos, I'm primarily going to be emphasizing how to do problems, doing examples, not getting so much into the theoretical development. That would be for class, that would be for lecture, that would be for reading the textbook. All right, let's do one more. This is a little extra twist at the end of this problem. So we want to start off by finding the average value of this function over this interval. And then the second thing we need to do is find all the values of c such that the average value is equal to the function evaluated at c. And we want to find out what that value of c is. So let's start by finding the average value. The average value is going to be 1 over b minus a, or 1/3, times the integral from 2 to 5 of x minus 3 squared dx. Now, there's a couple of ways that you could do this. You could expand the x minus 3 squared into x squared minus 6x plus 9, but the easiest way to do this is going to be by using u substitution. So let u be equal to x minus 3. So du dx is simply 1. So dx is equal to du. We're also going to want to change our bounds of integration in this problem, the 5 and the 2, by plugging them into this. So u is equal to, my upper bound, 5 minus 3 is 2, and then u is equal to my lower bound, 2 minus 3 is negative 1. So now we're going to change everything. 1/3 times the antiderivative. The lower bound in terms of u now is negative 1, and the upper bound is 2 of u squared du. Well, this just becomes 1/3 times 1/3 u cubed evaluated from negative 1 to 2, which is equal to 1/9 u cubed evaluated. And there. All right, so finding the antiderivative at 2, we get 1/9 times 8 minus 1/9 times a negative 1, which becomes 8/9 minus, or it's actually going to be plus 1/9, which becomes 9/9, which is 1. So the average value is 1. The average value of this function over the interval is 1. Now for the second part, which is this, finding the value of the c, all we have to do is take our average value. I'm going to intrude on my territory down here, get rid of this problem. So we take the average value. The average value is equal to f of c. So the average value is 1. The function value is x minus c, which is x minus 3, which is c minus 3 squared. So again, all I'm doing is taking my original function, which is right here, and plugging in c in place of x. And now what we need to do is simply solve this for c. So 1 is equal to c squared minus 6c plus 9, c squared minus 6c plus 8 equals 0. And let's see, does this factor? We have factors of 4 and 2. So c minus, so let's see, factors of 8, 2, and 4. So that would be minus 4. And c minus 2 equals 0. And again, 4 times 2 is 8, and 4 plus 2 is 6, and they're both negative. So c is equal to 4, and c is equal to 2. So those are the two values of c. Those are the x values, where the average value of this function is equal to 1. All right, that's it for this video. I'll do the last two problems in my next video.